forecast, things looking crazy, a storm on the horizon, the pressure is low, gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls, we're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, we're stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're open the gates, connecting the dots and making the calls, we're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling you see, prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for a crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the other side, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're calm in the chaos, we're open the gates, connecting the dots and making the calls, we're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. Let's get this show on the road.
Hey guys, should we get this show on the road? I think we shall. This is Emergency Management Associates, guys. We are on the air for you right now, here coming from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. We want to welcome everybody to our show tonight. Welcome, guys. We're here for you right now. We have a lot of things we want to talk about tonight. The first thing off the top came in from Pam Bondi early this morning. Unreal, guys. This is great. Look at this. So far, 98 individuals, 85 of Somali descent, and more than 60 have been found guilty in court. And we have more prosecutions coming. Buckle up, lawmakers, and I'm going to say buckle up, everybody. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posted videos of agents questioning individuals outside buildings. The ICE message today: American people, you deserve answers on how their taxpayer money is being used and arrest when abuse is being found. That is the topic of the day right now. Okay? That's unreal. FBI Director Kash Patel surged additional personnel and resources to dismantle large-scale fraud schemes exploiting federal programs. Education Secretary Linda McMahon called it a breathtaking failure that it has happened under the watch of Governor Tim Walz. Remember Tampon Tim? The wanted to put tampons in men's restrooms in Minnesota and all over this nation when he was the vice presidential candidate under Kamala doesn't see anything Harris. Unreal. Unreal. The White House has also reposted her statements. Okay? It's all over the news. Literally all over the news. Governor Tim Walz is a past tense. He's soon either going to be resigning or he will be arrested. They have got all kinds of evidence against Governor Tim Walz. Yet this man was going to be at the head of our country as the vice president of this country. Unreal. Completely unreal. This should never happen. Never ever. Now it's going on and on and on. Attorney Pam Bondi dropped the hammer. The Justice Department has been investigating this for months. So far, they have charged 98 individuals. 98 individuals, guys. This is unreal. Unreal. And more to come. Now, guys, it goes even further than that. Let me show you this video. This video comes out of Minnesota itself. Okay? Let me show you this. This man, by himself, decided that he was going to make a case. He's done it. Okay? He made videos on TikTok, and now they moved over YouTube as well. And it's not just that. They made the national news because he has investigated this himself. The FBI has gotten involved. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, is involved. Watch this.
To ask where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building. Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia.
Okay, notice what he said. It could almost replace the GDP of Somalia. Incredible. Minnesota's fraud scandal, bogus receipts and invoices. Okay, these Somali people put up children's daycare centers. One daycare center had a sign that said Learing Center, Learing, Learing Center, not learning, but leering. Okay, yet no children were present. The documents show 99 people enrolled at that daycare center, and there was nobody there. It was bogus. They've handed out meal programs supposedly to children, and that's not happened. Okay, and guess what? It's gone farther. Okay, HHS Secretary RFK Robert Kennedy Jr. has also gotten involved. He has canceled the money going out to these daycare centers in Minnesota. Canceled the money. They can no longer be paid 1 red cent. And the federal government, through the FBI and Pam Bondi, is requesting that Tim Walz repay the system. They're requesting Tim Walz to repay the system. Now, a lot of this money's gone directly over to Somalia. Most of this money's gone directly over to Somalia, guys. Unreal. Unreal. More information is going to be coming out within the next few days, probably the beginning of next week. Unreal, guys. This is the biggest scandal in probably U.S. history. These people from Somalia, Islamic people, as such, over also in Dearborn, Michigan, the same thing is going on. People are being arrested in Dearborn, Michigan as well. And guess what? Remember that Congresswoman, Ilhan Omar? She's a Congresswoman. Now she's running for the United States Senate from Michigan. Yes, she filed her papers yesterday. Yet she's also under investigation as well. She was let go out of a very, very famous congressional subcommittee. She was denied presence at that subcommittee any longer because she's under investigation for wrongdoing. She's probably going to go to jail, and her international passports are going to be seized, and she's going to go right back to Somalia where she came from. Incredible. Things are happening all over the place, guys. Get ready. The ground is going to shake. The ground is going to shake. Now, I want to talk about an earthquake that happened last night. 12:49 a.m. Pacific time. 12:49 a.m. Pacific time. A 5.3 earthquake that was later downgraded to a 4.9. Nearly a half magnitude downgrade. Nearly a half magnitude downgrade. This is what these people do. Okay? On Monday, I told you all about what happened with the USGS this weekend with me. And the USGS says, oh, we show all the earthquakes that we can get our hands on. Really? Really? Why do you downgrade earthquakes? Why do you downgrade earthquakes? This was actually a lot larger earthquake. They downgraded from a 5.3 to a 4.9. Let me show you what's actually happened here. This is going to blow your mind. Okay? This will blow your mind. Okay? Look at this here. See, it says 4.91. That's what they downgraded it to. Look what it says just beneath it. No station details are available. But the earthquake that was a 5.13, they have put it here as a 5.12. Guess what? It was a lot larger. It was a lot larger. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look what it says. 5.98. 5.98. You tell me what's wrong with that picture. That's not all, folks. Let me tell you some more information here. I've done my research. That was downgraded to a 4.9 from a 5.3. I've also got details, data that would show that the seismographs were recording data having as a 6.14, a 5.14, a 5.67, a 5.4, 5.198, 6.24. 6.24 very strong earthquake in Susanville, California last night, early this morning. 5.06, 5.25, 5.99, 5.25, 5.37, 6.49, 6.49. Now, USGS is now saying that 1,504 people felt it. Unreal. This was a very strong quake. USGS downgraded to try to tell people, oh, it's not that big a deal. Really? We have definite data saying that it was a big deal. It was a long-lasting earthquake. It shook people, woke them up out of a sound sleep. They had glasses, plates, and everything else knocked out of their cupboards, shattered on the floor. Shattered on the floor. And yet USGS wants to downgrade it as if it's nothing going on. Uncut and pick and reel. Uncut and pick and reel, guys. This is what our USGS has done. Now, I called the White House. I spoke to one of the assistant people in President Trump's administration. He said, call back on Monday. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call back on Monday. I want to talk to either the president or one of his assistants on Monday. Now, guys, I believe this is a huge deal. I want the United States Geological Survey to be investigated. That's what I'm calling for. That's exactly what I'm calling for. I want their agency to be investigated. I want to bring out the fact that congressmen, senators, governors, and state senators and state governors, state congress people are telling the USGS and also the PNSN in Washington, Oregon, and Northern California's sake. Why? Because they are controlling the data when it comes out of the Pacific Northwest. I want this whole thing to come out. That man I spoke to over on the chat from the USGS, from the Pacific, or not Pacific, the USGS Cascade Volcanoes Observatory, said, oh gosh, we put up all earthquakes. Really? He said Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are nowhere near ready to erupt. I've shown you the data that is false information. Yes, Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are showing data from the seismographs themselves that volcano is booming. Not just earthquakes and tremors. And also, he said, there's no magma swelling in the volcano. No magma uplift. Really? We've got that data as well. That's why I want the President of the United States notified. We're going to do that on Monday. Okay? Hurricane Heather's in the chat. She says it did feel bigger than a 5.1, maybe a 6 at least. We shook and lifted east to west. Thank you for confirming that here on the chat. I was going to say, Heather and Renee Steffi run our weather and space communications on our Facebook Messenger site. Heather said that earlier today on that. I was going to copy and paste that here, and so I want to make sure that Heather knows how much we appreciate what she's just done. She's confirmed what I said. This is probably at least a 6.0, and we have data to show it may have been as large as a 6.99, which is a 7.0 major earthquake in Susanville, California last night, early this morning. 12:49 a.m. this morning. Incredible. Incredible. We appreciate all of you that are here watching our program tonight. I've got more information for you. I'm going to show you seismic information from California today. Today. Things that are happening. And they continue to happen. Okay? Unreal. And yet USGS is saying nothing's going on? That's wild. That's almost wild to even think about. It is happening. Happening every day. Literally every day. Guys, this is a seismogram showing seismic activity on Channel Island off the coast of Los Angeles. Channel Island. Look closely at what it's showing. Up at the top, we are seeing on the black line on the left-hand side is 5 a.m. this morning. Going over here to the right center here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 5:09 a.m. this morning. That is a 1.6 tremor. 1.6 tremor. On the blue line beneath that, 5:41 this morning. 5:41 this morning. That's a 2.5, 2.6 earthquake here. Channel Island. Let's go over to 601. I'm sorry. not 6:01, 6:16 this morning on the red line beneath that on the left-hand side. All of a sudden, we have another 1.4, 1.5 tremor. Beneath that, a 2.0 earthquake. But I want to put your attention on the red line after 7:15 this morning. 7:15 this morning on the red line on the left-hand side, we go over to the right. All of a sudden, we are now at 7:23 a.m. this morning. 2.8, 2.9 earthquake, just shy of a 3.0 small earthquake. Yeah. Channel Island, guys. Channel Island, off the coast of Los Angeles. We're having small earthquakes there. After 10 a.m. this morning, on the black line on the left-hand side, just the second to the last black line here on this sidegram, another 2.1 earthquake. Channel Island, California, just off the coast of Los Angeles. Not a joke. That's real. That's very real. It doesn't stop there. Let's go over to Bakersfield, California, out in the desert, on the San Andreas Fault. What are we seeing here? More and more tremors. More and more tremors here. What I'm showing you today is an outbreak of seismic activity in Southern California. Larger earthquakes in Southern California. Not large, but increasing in size. Seismic activity in Southern California is increasing. The number of earthquakes and also the size of the earthquakes are increasing in the LA area and in Southern California overall. What I'm going to show you here is an increase in seismic activity, and again, the size of the earthquakes. Let's go over the desert of Cabazon, just north of San Diego County. Look at this. Cabazon, I've shown you this location before. On the top line on the right-hand side, 5:13 a.m., tremors. Then it gets to be 2.0 earthquakes. At 5:14, all of a sudden we have 2.7, 2.8 earthquakes. Then on the red line beneath it on the left-hand side, 5:15 this morning, 2.9, 3.0 small earthquakes. This seismic sequence lasted 4 minutes. 4 total minutes here. At 5:15, we had a 3.0 small earthquake here. Cabazon, California, on the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault is right here. After that, we have a lot of tremors, long duration tremor activity. The San Andreas Fault is shaking. The San Andreas Fault is shaking, guys. No joke. No joke at all. Let's go over to Hemet, California. The San Jacinto campus, Orange County, California. Here we see tremors here on the San Jacinto Fault. Not just the San Andreas, but the San Jacinto as well. Okay, let's continue here. Let's go over to Idlewild. Idlewild at the base of the San Bernardino Mountains. Look at this. We have tremor increases here. At the top of this, at 5 a.m. this morning, all we had were microquakes. Then after 7 a.m. this morning, it kicked into gear here. All kinds of tremors here. Literally all kinds of tremors here. Then we go over to Lancaster, northeast of Los Angeles. Fox Airport, again on the San Andreas Fault. Look at all the tremors here. Look at all these tremors here. Let's keep going here. Let's now go out to Rancho Mirage, also further south on the San Andreas Fault. Look at this. All kinds of tremor activity in Lancaster, California, at the Air Force Base, Lancaster, California. Doesn't stop there. Let's go over to Victorville, where our dear friend Isaiah's granny lives. She used to frequent this program. Look at this. Constant shaking, constant tremors here. And what happened after 11:18 this morning on the red line towards the bottom. The tremors became 2.0 earthquakes now. The tremors here in Victorville became 2.0 earthquakes. An increase in seismic activity on the San Andreas Fault. It's happening. It's ongoing. Okay? I want to make the statement it's ongoing. Let's go over to Baldwin Hills in Los Angeles. What is the Baldwin Hills? As we showed you earlier this week, I believe it was on Monday, we had an earthquake in the Bombay Hill, not Bombay. We had an earthquake in Baldwin Hills, a 2.5 earthquake. The Baldwin Hills is an oil and gas drilling facility. An oil and gas drilling facility. I believe they have over 200 pumps and jacks in the Baldwin Hills facility. Here we are seeing constant tremors. Here, one time after 9, actually before 9 a.m., the tremors started getting larger. Here we have up at the top 1.0 tremors. At before 9 a.m. this morning, they became 1.2, 1.3. Baldwin Hills oil and gas facility here. Tremor increase here. It's not all, folks. There's more. A lot more. Let's go over to Chile. Yes, we're having earthquakes in South America and Chile. This is Chino, California. We have more tremors here as well. The tremors here in Chino are getting larger. Earlier this year, we had tremors, and we also have minor earthquakes, 2.0, 2.7, 2.8 earthquakes here. It's going to come to that soon. Okay? Now, I want to go north of Los Angeles, Del Amo, California. Ken Zoe just gave us a $10 super chat. I'm going to give you an EMA sticker on your super chat. I thank you for that. I'm also giving you a thumbs up. It says, Happy New Year, Ron and Carol. Channel members, always appreciate your great reporting, Ron. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. Guys, if you want to help us out here to keep this channel on the air, we need your support. You can give us super chats here today while we're on the air, and you can also, before we're off the air today, go over to our PayPal locations and give us donations of the PayPal locations if you can. We'd appreciate that. Thank you, Ken Zoe, for that. We appreciate your help. Now, during this broadcast, I will interrupt this broadcast when Renee Seffi, who is one of our moderators, puts out winter weather warnings. Okay? Today, out of Cleveland, Ohio, for the National Weather Service, she says lake effect snow warning, December 31st through tomorrow. Okay? Until 7 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Time. Crawford, North Erie, and South Erie counties. Travel impacts due to snow and blowing snow. Be very safe, guys. They have blizzard conditions there. They have blizzard conditions there. If you don't have to travel, don't do it. Stay home. Hold your New Year's celebrations at your homes. Please. I don't want to see anybody hurt. Pass that information on as well. Now, Hurricane Heather's also given us a super chatter, a $5 super chat. God bless you, Heather. We love you. We appreciate you. I just gave you an EMA sticker on your super chat. I'm also giving you a thumbs up. God bless you. Heather's been one of my mods from the very beginning. Heather's been a very good, not just a sister, but a friend, a very close friend of mine. She's a sister. Thank you so much for everything you do, Heather. God bless you. Now, getting back to here. Del Amo, California, just north of Los Angeles. Look at this. This is also showing an increase in seismic activity here in Del Amo. Constant. The tremors here are getting larger here in Del Amo, California. Okay? I believe we've actually gotten up to 2.0 earthquake here as well. Just after 9:30 this morning, I believe we had a 2.0 earthquake. Let's keep going here. Now, let's go over to Ellis, California. This is where it really turns big, gets larger. Look here. Up at the top, exactly like the other seismographs, tremors. Tremors. Heidi Peptic just gave us another $10 super chat. Thank you, Heidi, for that. God bless you. Appreciate it. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. Getting back to these earthquakes here. Just north of Los Angeles. Ellis, California. After 6:30 this morning, 6:40 this morning, 3.0 earthquake. Started off with tremors, became a 2.3, 2.4, then it became a 3.0 earthquake. Multiple earthquakes back to back here. Multiple earthquakes back to back here. Okay. Then at 7 a.m. this morning on the black line, tremors building into larger tremors. They continue. They don't stop. 9 a.m. Tremors getting to be a 2.0 earthquake as well. Then at 10:30, actually before 10:30, actually 10:17 this morning, 3.0 earthquake. 10:18, 2.4 earthquake. 10:30, 3.0 earthquake again. Okay. Then we move over to the right on that same line there, the same 10:30 line. In this case, it's 10:43. Actually, 10:42, right before 10:43. 2.3 earthquake, and then another 3.0. Ellis, California. These are small earthquakes. Small earthquakes. This is an earthquake increase here in Ellis, California. Earthquake increase. Guess what? It gets larger. Let's go to Moore Park, California. Moore Park, California. Look at this. Again, we're getting larger and larger earthquakes here. Not large, but minor, 2.0, 2.7, 2.8. Look at this. This is an increase in Moore Park, California. This is ongoing. It's not stopping. Okay, I want to show you Pardee, California. Also north of Los Angeles. Look at this. The same thing here in Pardee. Okay. Tremors getting larger to minor earthquakes here. Minor earthquakes. 2.0, 2.5 earthquakes here. Tremors to earthquakes here. meaning tremors are minor movements. Minor earthquakes are larger seismic movements, getting bigger. Now, I want to take you over to east of Los Angeles, northeast of Los Angeles. Let's go over to Fontana. Fontana is just west of San Andreas. Just west of San Andreas. Look what we have here. Up at the top, after 5 a.m. this morning, we have tremors. Lots of tremors. Then they get larger. After 6:45 this morning, 6:46 this morning, all of a sudden we have tremors 2.0, 2.3. The same thing is continued after 6:30. Then we come down to approximately 8:10 this morning on the black line. 2.5, 2.6 here. Fontana, California. Now, after that, look over to the right after 7:30 this morning. 7:41 this morning, 3.0 earthquake. 3.0 earthquake here. The seismic events are getting larger here. Okay? We've seen it here in Fontana before. We've actually seen a lot more seismic activity here in Fontana before. Large earthquakes, 3.5, 4.0 earthquakes here in Fontana this year. This year. Okay? Now, want to go over to North Hollywood. No, I don't. Before I do that, let's go over to southern Los Angeles to Laguna at the beach. Laguna. With this. This appears to be an increase in tremor activity here in Laguna Niguel. Increase in activity here. It's ongoing. Okay. Let's go to Long Beach. Long Beach, California. Look at this. This is a definite increase here. Earlier this year, we had 3.0 small, 3.5 small earthquakes here in Long Beach. Here we've seen an increase here from this morning when we had just minor tremors, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 tremors. Before the morning was through, look at the bottom green and blue lines here. The bottom blue line was after 12:30 this afternoon. The green line is 12:45. These times are all Pacific times. Okay? Yes, we are having tremors. We are also having 2.0, 2.5, 2.6 minor earthquakes here. Long Beach. Long Beach. Ongoing. These are ongoing. Let's go over to Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. Look at this. They're showing nothing but tremors. Now, guys, I have been told by authorities here in Los Angeles that they have had 3.0 activity here in Los Angeles, which means, again, they have doctored this seismogram here. This seismogram is in the basement. The seismograph itself sits in the basement of the LA City County building, downtown Los Angeles. We've also had proven evidence that they've doctored the seismogram here before. I believe, and I have it on good authority, that they had 3.0 earthquakes here in downtown Los Angeles today. That's big time news. This is big time news. Okay. Renee Steffi's putting up weather information out of Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C. A Pacific winter, or not Pacific, I'm sorry, an Atlantic winter storm. The winter storm warning remains in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. East Garrett and West Garrett counties, West Grant and West Mineral, Virginia. Be aware of that. Snow and blowing snow, blizzard conditions, guys. Winter storm warning there. Also, Renee Steffi put out West Pendleton counties, ice, freezing drizzle, heavy snow and near blizzard conditions expected this evening. Be aware of that. Again, if you are in these areas, exercise extreme caution. Exercise extreme caution. If you don't have to go out, don't. Stay at home and celebrate the ball dropping from New York City, probably for the last time. Why do I say that? Because the Islam mayor that takes over after tomorrow, you probably won't see another Christmas tree in New York City. Probably won't see another ball drop in New York City unless he's ousted from New York. Fact. I can talk more about that another time. Okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's go again northwest of Fontana. Let's go to Mariloma. Look at this. More and more seismic activity here. Here we are seeing tremors. We also saw 2.0 earthquake activity here. After 8:43 a.m. this morning on the blue line. 2.0 earthquake right there. Mariloma, California. They're happening. And yet these earthquakes, again, are not on the USGS map. 99% of these earthquakes that I'm showing you here are not on the USGS map. And yet that guy on Sunday told me, oh, we show as much activity as we possibly can get our hands on. Really? This proves he was lying through his teeth. Lying through his teeth. Now, I want to go over to Part E. Part E, California, look at this. Yes, in Part E, we've had tremors here. We've had minor earthquakes here before. That is exactly what we start seeing after 6 a.m. this morning on that black line. 1.8, 1.9, 2.0 earthquakes. After 8 a.m. this morning. 8:03 a.m. this morning, 2.0 earthquake again. After 8:30, 8:39 this morning, 2.3 earthquake. Part E, California. It's moving. This seismic activity is moving here, all over Los Angeles. Let's go over to the north coast of LA. Playa del Rey, Marina del Rey area. This is pretty much normal for this area. Yes, we've had minor earthquakes here in Playa del Rey, Marina del Rey area. This is a ritzy area. People have boats here. They have yachts. They have homes worth millions of dollars. We are still seeing tremor activity here in Playa del Rey. We've had increased tremor activity earlier this year. I think that's where it's going to go. Coming very soon to your nearest USGS map. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay. Let's go over Los Angeles again, over to Rancho Palos Verdes, where the fires were. Look at this. Terminal activity here. Lots and lots of terminal activity. What else is going on? They have a lot of rain. They have a lot of rain here. The rain has saturated the ground. Early this morning, they were activating evacuation warnings. They activated evacuation warnings early this morning. Landslide activities going on in Los Angeles because the ground is sopping wet. It cannot contain any more water. Now, I think that might end by the end of the day. It looks by the weather maps right now that I've seen earlier today that their atmospheric river is going to stop for a time period. So I think they're going to have a chance to dry out. I hope. We have Canadian Patriot One, my buddy Dave, up in Ontario, Canada. He said his Jeep is buried in the snow. He won't be able to go anywhere for a while. I'm glad we are prepared for anything here. I'm glad you are too, Dave. Please be careful. Dave has only half of his heart that's operational. He might be able to use our prayers. In fact, I know he can. He's on oxygen, supplementary oxygen, similar to I am, but he's in worse condition. They were praying for you. We love you very much. Thank you for being here. Unreal. Renee Sevy's also here with another weather warning. Cleveland, Ohio National Weather Service. Tonight, December 31st, 2025, lake effect snow warning remains in effect until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Ashtabula Inland, Ashtabula Lake Shore, Gaughan Lake counties. Guys, if you are in Ohio, that Ohio River Valley especially, look out. Anywhere around the lakes, from Lake Erie up to the north, over even into Maine, you guys are going to get heavy snow. Lots and lots of heavy snow is coming your way. Be safe out there. Winds of up to 40 miles per hour, I'm told. Maybe even higher. Canadian Patriot One is in the chat saying snow didn't stop coming down here until late last night. From last Sunday. Sunday to last night. 2.5 days of snow. His Jeep is buried. Be safe out there. Rancho Palos Verdes and all of Los Angeles is under rain, water. I've got more updates about Los Angeles in a few minutes. Now, let's go over to Rinaldi, California. Look at this. This is an increase in tremor activity here in Rinaldi. Start off with 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 tremors. Now we have 1.3 tremors, maybe a little larger than that. Increase in tremor activity here in Rinaldi. It's ongoing. I believe it's going to get a lot worse than that. Over Rio Hondo. Look at this. Here in Rio Hondo, we have tremor activity. It's still happening. Look at the lines on the right-hand side. See where the lines zip here? Guess what that is? That is magma headed for Walnut La Puente. Magma headed for Walnut La Puente. What is Walnut La Puente? They're towns sitting on top of a volcano. Those are towns sitting on top of a volcano right now. Yeah, fact. Towns sitting on top of a volcano. No joke. We've reported on in the past. We're still reporting it today. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. Get your seatbelts on, guys. Get your seatbelts on. Just a second, I forgot I was going to bring up a couple other things here. Okay, just a second here. Give me just a second, guys. I forgot to pull up some things that I want to show you here, so just please bear with me for just a minute here. I'm not done. I'm not done till Fat Lady sings, and I haven't seen the Fat Lady sing yet. Not yet. Okay, I think I've got it all now. I apologize. I thought I was all ready with everything, but I am now. Okay, I've just had to add a couple things here. I want to go over to Los Angeles again. I'm going to show you a place called Santiago Peak. It's over in Los Angeles. It's a set of hills, large, tall hills, probably 3,000 feet above sea level. Look at this, Santiago Peak. Earthquakes, tremors here all the time. All the time here. Guys, on top of Santiago Peak, there are TV antennas, TV radio station repeaters that take the TV signals and radio signals from down below. They amplify the radio signal and TV signal and send it back out. We have tremors here. More and more tremors here at Santiago Peak. This is going on right now. More and more. Okay. Now I want to go over to University of Southern California, Los Angeles. Look at this. Look at the tremors here. Now I want to pay specific attention to 7 a.m. this morning on the black line. On this black line and the other lines below it, we have increased tremor activity here. Increased tremor activity here. In the past, when I showed you activity here at the University of Southern California, LA, yes, we've had tremors, but they got larger here. 1.2, 1.3 tremors here. University of Southern California, Los Angeles. Let's go over to Anaheim now. I want to show you Anaheim. Wait till you see this. Look at this. Anaheim, California. Look what we're seeing here. Yes, we're seeing some tremor activity. We are also seeing a lot of minor earthquakes. In the past, we've seen 3.0 earthquakes here. This is probably one of the only seismograms I'm going to show you here where the earthquakes have not gotten larger. But we have minor earthquakes here. Lots and lots of minor earthquakes here. Earthquakes are going to get larger here in Anaheim. Last week we had 2 3.0 earthquakes here in Los Angeles. Why is that a concern? Because Anaheim has Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. When they have over 3.0 earthquakes, larger than 3.0 earthquakes, they have to shut down the rides. Shut down the roller coaster rides. Space Mountain and others, shutting them down to make sure their tracks are not damaged. Yeah. Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm here in Anaheim, California. No joke. Now I want to go over to Walnut La Puente, just east of Los Angeles. This is where it gets sticky, guys. This is where things get really sticky. I showed you that seismogram from Rio Hondo. In the past weeks, we've seen a lot of magma headed from Rio Hondo through Rio Hondo, California, over to Walnut La Puente. This is a volcano. Look at the seismic activity here in Walnut La Puente. What's going on? Why are we having 3.5, 4.0 earthquakes here at Walnut La Puente? 2 cities sitting on top of a volcano. Magma's down beneath the big, huge volcanic rock, holding the magma inside the volcano. Magma's pounding away at that big, huge rock, big, huge lava rock. Magma keeps hammering. Those cities were built on top of the volcano. Now that volcano is recharging, causing these earthquakes that you see right there. Right there. That volcano is recharging, guys. It's building up steam. Let's look at this earthquake after 5:45 this morning. This particular seismogram shows us everything after 4 a.m. After 5:45 to 5:47, 2 minutes worth of seismic activity here. People felt this. This signature right here says it is at least a 3.3 earthquake. At least a 3.3 earthquake. The top and the bottom of this signature, this sequence here, has been cut off. That means this earthquake was actually larger than it is. It's larger than it is being shown here. Possibly as large as a 3.5 to 4.0 earthquake. 3.5 to 4.0 moderate earthquake. Yeah. These people in Walnut La Puente felt this earthquake this morning. It woke them up. It woke them up. A lot of shaking. Then we had another earthquake after that. Still after 5:45. Approximately 5:51. Approximately 5:51, we had a 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. Then over here to the right on that same line. This is 5:58 a.m. this morning. 3.0 earthquake there. 3.0 earthquake here this morning. Then we come down to 6 a.m. on the black line. Tremor activity. 6:15 more tremor activity. 6:30 heavy duty tremor activity. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 tremors here. 645, the same thing. But on that 645 line, we come over here to 650, 655, I should say. 655, 656, we have a 2.2, 2.3 earthquake. It gets larger. 3.3, 3.4, 3.4, or not 3, 2.0, 2.3, 2.5 earthquakes here. After 750, about 7:52 this morning, it kicks into high gear again on the screen line. This is at least a 3.2, 3.3 earthquake, possibly a little bit larger than that. After 8:15 this morning, actually before that, at approximately 8:11 a.m. this morning on the black line, 2.8, 2.9 earthquake. After 8:15 on the left-hand side on the red line, we go over here to the right. On the left, we have tremors, but over here on the right, this will be 8:24 this morning. This is a 3.2, 3.3 earthquake, lasting over a minute and a half. Lasting over a minute and a half. 3.2, 3.3 small earthquake. Then, at 8:30 on the blue line, we have tremors building into 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. Doesn't stop. We go down here to 9:58 a.m. this morning on the right-hand side. 9:58 this morning. 3.0 activity again. But in this case, earthquakes continue for 2 minutes. 2 minutes worth of shaking. At 10 a.m., we have some tremor activity. We go over here to the right. At 10:10 a.m., we have at least 3.0, 3.2, 3.3 earthquake. The top and the bottom of this sequence has also been cut off. 2.8 beginning to be 2.9, 3.0 activity, possibly even 3.2, 3.3. Yeah. This sequence lasts 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes worth of shaking here. Guys, these people in Walnut and La Puente, Los Angeles, were shaking all morning long. All morning long here. All because there's a volcano there. And you saw a slight bit of magma moving underneath the city of Rio Hondo. You saw some magma movement from the seismogram in Rio Hondo today. Magma movement towards the volcanoes. That's happening in a lot of places all over California, Oregon, Washington, and other cities around this country. Probably around the globe. Probably around the globe. No joke. This is not a joke at all. We have to take it seriously. We have to take it very seriously. Now, let's go south to Elsinore, California. Just north of Elsinore, we have a town called Orange Glen. Ivy Glen, actually it's in Orange County, Ivy Glen, California, just north of Lake Elsinore. What do we have here? With this. This is a lot of tremor activity. Here we had tremor activity pounding on the ground here. Constant pounding. Now this was just tremor activity. Imagine if this had been large earthquakes. Imagine if this had been larger seismic activity. Looks like drum beats here, doesn't it? Imagine if this had been large earthquakes. Yes, we've seen minor earthquakes, and yes, we've seen 3.0 earthquakes here in Ivy Glen, just north of Los Angeles, or actually just north of Lake Elsinore, Orange County. At 11:32 this morning, on the bottom line on the left-hand side, 11:32 this morning, 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. 2.7, 2.8 earthquake here in Ivy Glen, California. Incredible. Yet I checked Lake Elsinore, they don't show any activity at all, except for maybe some minor tremors. But north of there, 25 miles north there at Ivy Glen, all of a sudden you see this. We've shown you Ivy Glen in the past. We are going to continue showing you Ivy Glen going forward. Orange County is moving. Orange County is moving. Everyone there needs to be aware of that. Let's go south to San Diego County. This is San Diego City, okay? This is what they call mission control. The reason they call it mission control, this is in the San Diego Gas and Electric Building in north of San Diego City, Mission Valley. Here we've seen just tremors, nothing more than tremors. This is the Rose Canyon Fault. What is causing these tremors is the Rose Canyon Fault coming out of Inglewood, California. The Rose Canyon Fault hooks up with the Newport Inglewood Fault in the ocean just offshore from Los Angeles. Then the Rose Canyon Fault goes down the coastline to approximately Encinitas, then it turns inland and follows the coast all the way through San Diego City, all the way out into San Diego Harbor. That's why we're seeing tremors here in San Diego City. But that's not all, folks. There's more. There's some more. Let's go to San Diego Southeast County, down just about 10 miles north of the border. 10 miles approximately northeast of the border, the U.S.-Mexican border. We have a town called Campo. Campo is a town of about 25,000 people. Used to be only maybe 1,000 or 2,000 before. You see an earthquake here this morning. After 5:02 a.m., almost 5:03. 2.5, 2.6 earthquake here. Yeah. We've seen increased seismic activity here in Campo, down near the border. The rest of this seismogram shows nothing but tremors here in San Diego County. Unreal. Let's go east of there. Let's go east to Imperial Valley. Imperial Valley, guys. Okay? Imperial Valley, where the Salton Sea is. Where the Salton Sea is. Now, I have shown you in the past Calipatria on the southeast side of the Salton Sea. Today, and as of 4 days ago, the United States Geological Survey and Caltech, California Institute of Technology, has shut down the Calipatria seismograph. They shut down the Calipatria seismograph completely. I don't know if they're ever going to be there again. But Calipatria has always shown us anywhere from 75 to 150 earthquakes every day. 75 to 150 earthquakes a day that we're not going to see today. They shut down the Westmoreland seismograph, which is over on the southwest side of the Salton Sea. So now 2 seismographs have been shut down. So we go south there over to the town of Imperial. The town of Imperial here. Actually, that's El Centro. Let's go to Imperial first, and I'll show you El Centro in just a minute. This is the town of Imperial here. Here we have some minor earthquakes here. We have a lot of tremors. Okay? After 5:50 this morning, actually about 5:52 this morning, 2.6, 2.7 earthquakes here, and a bunch of tremors. In the past year in the town of Imperial, we had 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes this year. Lots of them this year. This is a decrease here in the town of Imperial. Let's go back to El Centro. Just a minute ago, I showed you a bunch of earthquakes in El Centro. I'm going to show you that again. Look at this. This is very typical. This kind of activity started about February this year. 3.0 earthquakes all the time here in the town of El Centro. One of our own people his name is Juanito. Juanito and his family live here in the town of El Centro. I don't know whether he's here today or not. I'm hoping he's at least listening. I had told all of you last night that we're going to be talking about Los Angeles and Southern California today. Here in the town of El Centro, we're seeing 3.0, 3.3, upwards of 3.5 earthquakes here in El Centro. Some of these earthquakes are linked to other activity. You see these wavy lines leaving some of these 3.0 earthquakes. Not all of them, some of them. This indicates those earthquakes are caused by magma down beneath the surface. Magma headed for the Salton Butte volcano. Yeah. But meanwhile, the town of El Centro and the surrounding areas are being shocked every day, literally all day long. 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes, and they're being woken up at times. When these earthquakes hit during the morning, early morning hours, they're getting woken up, and late at night. This has been pretty much normal here in El Centro for about 8 months now, 8 or 9 months. This has been ongoing. 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes here in El Centro. Okay? One more stop, actually 2 more stops here. I want to go over and show you Bombay Beach. Good old Bombay Beach. What's going on at Bombay Beach? Right here. The San Andreas Fault comes out of Northern California, doesn't it? Off the coast of Petrolia, California. Then it goes down the coastline. Goes a tiny bit inland just west of the San Francisco Bay. Pacifica, the golf course. Exclusive community in Pacifica, California. It continues inland from there. Continues south and east of Monterey Bay. Continues going further south from there, all the way down here to the Imperial Valley. When it reaches the Imperial Valley to the north of the Salton Sea, it goes east of the Salton Sea. Maybe about 1 mile east of the Salton Sea. It comes down here to Bombay Beach. Look at the earthquakes here at Bombay Beach. 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes easily. 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes at least here at Bombay Beach. The tops and the bottoms of these earthquake sequences are cut off. That means the agency cut them off because they don't want us to see how strong these earthquakes really are. I've been there. I have had friends that recently been there saying they have almost fallen on the ground because these earthquakes are strong enough. Their footing is unstable when the shaking starts. Now, I pulled this diagram just before 10:30, actually 11:30 this morning. Actually, just after 11:30 this morning, Pacific time. Look at all these earthquakes there. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 earthquakes. That's just this morning. That's just this morning. Earthquakes are continuing to hit right now. They have between 20 and 25 earthquakes like this every day. Every day here at Bombay Beach. Unreal. Unreal. Every day. Doesn't stop. It does not stop. I love showing this because this proves one thing, that the San Andreas Fault is still active. USGS would have us believe nothing's going to happen. Nothing ever happens here at Bombay Beach or even over at El Centro or anywhere else here in the Imperial Valley. They shut down 2 seismographs completely. How many more are they going to shut down? The citizens of the Imperial County are feeling earthquakes every day. It's my opinion that they deserve to know the truth about what's going on. They deserve to know the truth about what's happening. Because it is happening. It is ongoing. This is ongoing, guys. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Now, I want to show you a seismic sequence at Holtville, California. Holtville, California. The San Andreas Fault goes down the east side of the Salton Sea. Just south or just north of Calipatria, just south of the Salton Sea. The San Andreas Fault turns southwest, goes down to Westmoreland, comes down just east of the town of Imperial, just east of El Centro. What's happening? Why is it doing that? Guys, it's normal. This has been happening in the Imperial Valley for a very long time. A long, long time. It's ongoing today. It is ongoing as we speak. Yeah. Give me a second here. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for here. Oh gosh, where to go here? The seismic I'm going to show you now is Holtville. Good old Holtville. Holtville is where the Salton Sea is up north, about 25, 30 miles north of there. But Holtville is where the San Andreas Fault intersects through the Imperial County, going into northern Mexico. Holtville, California. It's a great place. I've been there. Been there many times. Let's go there right now. Right here. This is a Salton Sea Desert Research Station, Holtville. It's like a museum of sorts. Okay? Here in Holtville, we've had 3.0 earthquakes in the past. We have dozens of minor earthquakes here, 2.0 to 2.9. Today, I don't think we have any 2.9s, but just after 5 a.m. here on the right side of the top, 2.2, 2.3 earthquake here on the black line there. Minor earthquake. Here in Holtville, we have minor earthquakes, and we have occasional 3.0 small earthquakes here as well. The seismic activity that you are seeing here is the San Andreas Fault shaking Imperial Valley every day. Every day, guys. Now, does anybody have any questions about any of the earthquakes in Southern California? Carl Smith is here in the chat saying he thinks that they're going to continue shutting down the seismographs so that we don't know what's going on because the plate's moving. Yes, the North American craton, the North American plate is moving. Seismic energy is coming off the Pacific plate, coming through California, causing all this stuff. Plus, we have magma moving from the Pacific plate over here on the North American plate, headed for the volcanoes. Yeah, headed for the volcanoes. It's going to continue. Okay? This has been going on for a long period of time. Not going to stop. Yes, Kathy Berryman said earthquakes are intensifying. You're right. You're absolutely right. Heather, I appreciate what you're doing. She said she's working. She's going to continue listening. Thank you, Heather. God bless you. God bless all of you. Now, I want to talk more about Los Angeles. There was a report that I was going to try to show you about Los Angeles. The fire chief, actually, one of the former, not fire chief, the former fire captain, made a report to the Los Angeles City Council. The city tried to disavow any knowledge of what he's talking about. He was a fire captain. He knew exactly what he's talking about. Why is he talking now? Last year, what happened last year in the city of Los Angeles? Palos Verdes, all that area of expensive homes in northern Los Angeles burned to the ground. The reasons it's happened. There's a reason it happened. Let me see if I can bring it up here so you know what's going on. Let me see if I can find it. I want you to hear this, if I can. I watched it last night. I was appalled. Okay, just a second here. Now, I can't find the report that I saw yesterday, but it's important. That's why I want to talk about it now. As you know, after the fires, Mayor Karen Bass, mayor of Los Angeles, before the fires, she was out in Africa at an awards ceremony in Africa. Unreal. There is talk that she knew that these fires were going to happen. She knew it. Newsom also knew it. What happened? What happened there, guys? Do you remember? Newsom and Mayor Bass were responsible for emptying 3 reservoirs that provided water to fire hydrants. Yeah. Mayor Bass and fire department personnel told fire companies to back off the fire where the fire had first started. They backed off. The fire was still smoldering. They had not put it out. They did not put it out. It was still smoldering. They backed away from it because they didn't have water to put it out. That fire rekindled and burned down the entire community of Pacific Palisades and El Monte, California. Burned it to the ground. Mayor Bass is denying any culpability. Governor Newsom is denying any culpability. Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom were told by President Trump to allow the people in Pacific Palisades and El Monte to rebuild their homes. They're not doing it. Only one home has been rebuilt. Only one home is being rebuilt or has been built. They're showing it as a model home. Nobody's even living in it. It's a model home. But all the other properties in the Pacific Palisades and El Monte have not been rebuilt. Why? Because permits that Mayor Bass had told President Trump she was going to allow to be issued without any people being put on notice to hold before the building. Nobody was going to be withheld from their building, but that's exactly what has happened. Mayor Bass is not paying attention. Governor Newsom is not paying attention. Or just at the end of the fires, Governor Newsom and Mayor Bass had put together a collection, a GoFundMe of sorts, a fundraiser for money to help those people rebuild. Those people didn't get any of the money, none of it. Governor Newsom, what happened to the money? We want to know what happened to the money. What happened? Mayor Bass, what happened? Since the fire this year, just this year, 3 fire chiefs have been hired and fired. Remember, the fire chief that was there had a DEI squad that she built, a diversity, equity, and inclusion squad that she built, costing millions of dollars. 3 people part of that DEI squad were getting paid $250,000 apiece out of Los Angeles city funds. When President Trump told them to disband the DEI squad, they did. They rehired a fire captain, put him in charge. They fired 3 fire chiefs. They fired 3 fire chiefs in LA City this year. What's going on? Mayor Bass doesn't want any culpability. When the fire department tried to hold her responsible, she fired the fire chief. She's consistently done that. Her and Newscomb have hidden money. Where did that money go? Nearly $2 million have been raised for victims of the fire. Where did that money go? Because the fire people didn't get it. The people who lost their homes didn't get it. I have problems with that. I have real problems with that. First of this year, Chief Crowley, who was fire chief of the city, was fired. She's one of the ones that told the fire community to stand down and not completely put the fire out. Chief Crowley was in charge of putting together that DEI community in the fire department, paying 3 people of the fire department to manage it at $250,000 salaries apiece. That fire chief and other people have been fired, but they have not yet had to answer for taking the people's money and not being truthful with what happened. That's what actually happened. It's going on now. It's still going on. It's not stopping. It's not stopping at all. Mayor Bass still is not taking responsibility for what she's done. As a former person that lived in Southern California, I also fought fires in the beginning of my career. Before I was a police officer, I worked as a volunteer firefighter. I know what it takes. I'm very, very, very familiar. Los Angeles got shortchanged. Thousands of people lost their homes. It's lucky more people didn't get killed. And yet, the city council and Mayor Bass are still in charge. I'm calling on Mayor Bass to resign, immediately resign. She was in charge. When she was not in Los Angeles when the fire started, guess what? She was already neglecting her responsibilities. She's still neglecting her responsibilities to the LA City. Bass and Mayor and Governor Newscomb. No, I'm not going to say his real name. He's scum. I call him New Scum. There's a reason. Newscomb and Bass also had a program, and they had raised money supposedly to get homeless people off the streets. Where'd that money go? The homeless situation in Los Angeles has gotten out of hand. It's still out of hand. We watched a basketball game after I got off the air last night out of Los Angeles. What happened? The venue of Los Angeles where the LA Lakers were playing. Inside the facility, it's Guns N' Roses, wonderful place. But outside it, homelessness. You can smell pee and excrement on the streets because of the homeless population. Nothing's being done because Mayor Bass and Governor Newscomb are behind it. Unreal. Linda Covington's here in the chat saying, did you see the new fire chief in New York City? Unfreaking believable. New York City's going to go the same way that Los Angeles fire had gone. Maybe it still is. Maybe it still is. It's not going to get any better until we, you and I, get off our little butts and protest. We get off our little butts and put out memos online, on social media. Fire Mayor Bass. Fire Newscomb. They need to go. It has to happen. If it doesn't happen, nothing's going to change. Carol was in Los Angeles years ago. Her and her daughter went to a concert there. Guess what happened? They walked through scummy Los Angeles, right down by the Chinese theater, where the Hollywood Walk of Fame is. Urine, feces on the ground, and everything else going on. It was bad. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. It's not getting better. Now, guys, I know we've gone a long time here today. I'm sorry about that. But I want to get this off my chest. Guys, we need to help our people in Los Angeles. We need to help our people in California. If you guys are in California, I would urge you to really think about who you want to vote for governor. I don't live in California, but I know Chad Bianca. He is presently the Riverside County Sheriff. He's running for governor of California. Vote for him. You conservatives need to get all the other conservatives off the ballot. Put one conservative up against Newscomb. Otherwise, Newscomb will be put back in place. Mark my words. If you run a conservative, make sure you only run one. That way the votes aren't going to be split. Make sure you elect a conservative governor. Get that scumbucket Newscomb out of there. He's said to be running for president of the United States in 2028. Get him out of there. Get him the heck out of Dodge. Otherwise, we're all screwed. Okay? Okay, now I'm getting off my, I should say 2020, 2026. Get everything straightened out. Let's turn our communities upside down and make them a lot better. We're going into the new year. That's why I'm talking about this. Let's make a New Year's resolution to be better people, have better communities. That's what we're here for. To make our communities better. We are emergency management associates. We make our communities better. We talk about emergencies and disasters for a reason. So we can survive. So we can survive through the emergencies and disasters and come out the other side. Maybe even as better people. Better people. We can do that. We are emergency management people. Let's make it happen. Let's protect our families. Let's protect our friends as well. Yes, Linda Covington says they have a Democrat governor coming in to Virginia as well. I'm very sad about that. Unreal. Make our communities better this year, this next year. Guys, I love you. I really love you. I care a lot about you. That's why we talk about the things we're talking about. May God bless you. May God be with you always. Guys, as you celebrate this new year, stay home. Don't go out in these storms. Stay home. Celebrate in kindness. Celebrate in love. Celebrate each other. Celebrate your families. That's what's important. May God bless you this next year. Guys, we are going to come back on the air tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Unless something major happens, we're going to talk about emergency preparedness on the first day of 2026. May God bless you. May God be with you this day and always. We love you. Take care of each other. Trish Killian is here in the chat. She says, everyone, I've been listening. We have so many problems to fix in this country, but situations like Michigan lead me to believe that there are good people out there trying to clean things up. I certainly hope so. Let's clean up our communities. Let's be there for each other. God be with you until we meet again, guys. I mean that sincerely. God be with you until we meet again. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Take care, everybody. God bless you. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Have fun. Have lots and lots of fun. Okay? We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. We'll talk to you soon. God bless. See you then. Good night. Have fun. Bye.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things through. From disaster preparedness to navigating recovery's embrace, we're here to guide you in every unpredictable time and place. We break down the complex, make it easy to grasp and absorb, sharing strategies for safety, the vital lessons you can't afford to hoard. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much for your sub. You're a key part of our growing family, a member of our knowledge club. With every like, every share, and every comment you send our way, our critical message spreads further, helping more people every single day. Together we're stronger and more prepared. That's the truth we all abide. You help us build resilience with nowhere for uncertainty to hide. Your engagement truly inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow and making our channel's future bright.